All right, up next, we got Cobra Commander, and he looked like you had just pulled him right out of the animated series. I swear, this guy looks phenomenal, folks. He comes with a lot of great accessories. I mean, I think I love how Duke looked and everything, but Cobra Commander comes with like some really awesome accessories. I think he has the better accessories overall. He comes with 900 sets of swappable hands, starting with these here. He has this kind of like a semi-open hand, gripping hand. He has a more of an open hand here, so that's cool. He does have these sets of fisted hands here. If my camera can focus, so he can attempt to punch a G.I. Joe. All right. He's always getting punched and knocked out. And then we also have another fisted hand here, which is pretty cool, and an open hand, which is nice to kind of get our camera to focus on that. There's an open hand here, which is awesome. And he has one more fisted hand. He got a lot of fisted hands, which is pretty cool. All right. He's got a lot of fisted hands. And then he has one more set of hands here. He has a pointing hand, directing Cobra to beat G.I. Joe. And then he has this one here, which is, I guess, it's kind of like a semi-gripping open hand here as well. So, got a lot of swappable hands for Cobra Commander. Then he also has these binoculars, which look good, you know, because Duke has his binoculars. This Cobra has to have his to spy on the Joes. Nice Cobra emblem here that we have on the binoculars. Nice paint deco, all gray. Black, has the black strap and everything. So they did a good job. They colored this as well, which is pretty cool. This area here, nice. So nice binoculars for Cobra Commander. I'm gonna throw those around the neck there. And then we also have another communications device. So we have this here, which is pretty cool. I don't know if this is scene specific from the animated series. That's another thing. We got a lot of scene specific items from the animated series. So I'm not sure if this is one of them, but I really like this. Nice, bright gray paint deco with the Cobra emblem. Little antenna here, so we have that. All right, up next we have yet another pretty interesting accessory. Not sure what this is. This has to be scene specific from the animated series. That's the thing that you get from B.A.T is a lot of those, you know, winks at certain episodes. This honestly, folks, looks like the Mirage from Silverhawks if you look at it like this, but it has to do with something from the animated series. You see some sort of an animal here. So, yeah, let me know in the comments if you know what this is. If I find out, I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. So we have this device here. And then we also have yet another, now I know what this is. This communication device is not a communication device. So this was utilized in the very first episode of G.I. Joe during the gladiator battles when they captured Duke and they had this other guy that was fighting him. I think they had Snake Eyes as well captured. So this is what this is. Nice wink at that episode here. It has the little Atari controller there and everything, the colors. So I like that. Let's take a look at the swappable head. So he has a swappable head. Not sure what the difference between, oh, I know what it is. It doesn't have the little gray streak down the middle. So that's the only thing I can see the difference between these two head scopes. There's no gray streak down the middle. So let's see. So yeah, that's the only difference I can see. All right, so we have that. And he stands very well, so with no problem standing. And up next, we have his blaster rifle. So this looks pretty cool, folks. I like the design. Nice, subtle, animated, shell-shaded design and detail. Decked out in all dark navy blue. Has the gray point at the end. So they did a good job with this here, man. I like what they did with this rifle. So he has a rifle. All right, so here we have Cobra Commander's laser pistol, which looks really good. I like this right here. I think that I'm going to use this with Cobra Commander. And he has nice paint deco here for the handle. Has the nice emblem here on the pistol. And then the nice paint here at the top with the little red and the little gray area. So I love the colors that they utilize for his weapons. Did a good job of kind of bringing everything out. So we have a laser pistol. And then we have yet another pistol that Cobra Commander utilizes. More of a just in the one paint deco, you know, it's that all navy blue paint deco. This is another one I would utilize for Cobra Commander as well. This one has a little bit more to it that I like, so I think I'll use this one over this one. Gives you a lot of nice options in terms of weapons with Cobra Commander that you can go. Then we have some things that really kneel into the nostalgia of G.I. Joe, and we have the globe with the Cobra wrapped around it. Now, this harkens back to the old Atari advertisement for the G.I. Joe game where we had, him holding the globe with the snake around it. So that's what this is, man. This is what this harkens back to, and it looks good, man. The detail of the snake, man, looks fantastic. The colors, the design. You have the little tongue that's out, mouth open, the fangs. You have the globe. This is something that I will definitely be utilizing with Cobra Commander. This just harkens back to what I know and love from G.I. Joe, man. This is so cool. So we got the snake with the globe, and then we have his little snake spear. You know, a little snake spear, or his scepter that he utilizes and he holds while he's directing Cobra. So we have a little snake spear or scepter that he utilizes. Harkens back to it. It gives me some Pentor vibes, you know. So we have that. So we have the little snake scepter. And then last but not least, folks, we have a cloth soft goods cape that's wired. So this is awesome, folks. So you can bend this thing. You can adjust it however way you want. So you place this on Cobra Commander so he can act like he's really leading Cobra when he's really not at the time. So this is awesome, man. So this is how it goes. This looks fantastic. You can kind of wrap it any way you want. I love soft good items, folks. I mean, it really, I say it always brings the character and the figure to life that much more. So I really like this. I don't know if there's any other way to attach these areas. I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just doing it like this. So I mean, if you know in the comments, if I'm missing something, let me know. But I just love this right here. This is like an added bonus. Like I said, Cobra Commander has the best accessories. You know, it's just so many things that he has to him that really makes his accessories that much more fun. But I love the soft good cakes, folks. This looks so awesome. So got all these wonderful accessories, and we have Cobra Commander, man. And I tell you, this guy, he's always running from G.I. Joe. But this is one of the most iconic characters from the 80s, I feel. And they did an excellent job with him. I love the colors. Nice. That dark navy blue for his outfit. Got the little straps across the legs. Got this little, the pouches, one in gray, the other in black. Got the little triangle here with the belt here. Have the little pouches in gray, this in black. Got the nice Cobra emblem here on the side, decked out in red, the black gloves. I love how they handled his little shoes here. That's wrapped in the rest of the costume. That always looked funny to me. And just the rest of the figure, man, it's just aesthetically, this is what you want. This is what I wanted from a G.I. Joe figure. So this looks awesome, folks. Fantastic all the way through. Again, articulation is going to be more or less the same, though I feel like this Cobra Commander is a little looser articulation-wise. So this is what they're supposed to be, folks. That Duke character was super tight, and I didn't want to break him, which I did. I wind up breaking one of his hands. So, man, I'm about to figure that out. But yeah, this is awesome. Folks. This is how it's supposed to be. This is what they'll do articulation-wise for the Super 7 figure. So it goes all the way out like this. And here you have bicep swivel, which is really cool. Nice articulation in the wrist area. Really nice. The articulation is better with this Cobra Commander, folks. So we got no issues there. Nice swivel at the wrist. Nice articulation there. He has that. Does he have forearm swivel? Yep, he has the forearm swivel as well. So that's pretty cool. Nice articulation in the waist area. Can go all the way around. No problem. Ab crunch can only go so far, which is weird. And then he can look down a bit, and he can look up a little bit more than Duke, which is interesting. And then in terms of articulation in the split, can he do splits? He can do it just about. They're about the same in splits wise. And in terms of articulation in the knee, you can go all the way back to here. So it's pretty much the same, though he is a little bit more articulated. He's not as tight as Duke. So this is pretty cool, folks. So articulation wise, they're going to give you enough, folks. They're going to give you enough, but where they shine is aesthetically, man. So this is awesome. I love this Cobra Commander. Again, these two figures are going to be the pride of my action figure shelf, because I'm really shooting for that 80s nostalgia type of a cartoon vibe, and both Duke and Cobra Commander, they provide that to me. And, you know, I had to start with Cobra Commander and Duke for my Super 7 collection, folks, because this was a must for me. You know, I did the Thundercat review with the Thunder Tank, man, but this was very special, and this was a big deal for me to have Duke and Cobra Commander as a part of my first Super 7 Ultimates reviews. And again, this guy looks fantastic, and he comes with the best accessories. I look forward to getting Snake Eyes. Look forward to getting him and the rest of the crew, man, because I'm all in. I'm all in. You know, just got to get them. Take my time to get them because they cost a bit, both folks. But this looks fantastic. I love it. And with that being said, we gonna head on to actually let's put the cape, because I got to put the cape on Cobra Commander, you know, so he can feel like he's doing something. So he let cape flow a bit, and let's do that. Can I put the scepter? Let's put the scepter in his hand, and then we can head on to the next segment. There we go. Oh yes, yes, yes. There we go. There we go. All right. I love it. I love it. Let's move that a little bit out of the way so you can see his face. And now we can move on to the next segment. Cobra! I had to do it. All right, let's go. And here for comparison, I have a multiverse of Duke and Cobra Commander, starting with the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Duke, which I really don't care for that much. I really hope that we get a more retro carded Duke from that line. Hopefully we'll see. Then up next, I have two figures that are just so cool, man. And it is the 3 1/4 inch classic Duke and Cobra Commander that are a part of that 2-pack from Hasbro. They're based off the G.I. Joe the animated movie. And last but not least, I have the G.I. Joe classified version of Cobra Commander. And here for comparison, man, this is the best right here, folks. This, hands down, is 5 of the most iconic characters in pop culture history. They all are part of that Mount Rushmore of heroes or cartoon characters from the 80s, folks. This is just so awesome. All from Super7. Here I have the one and only Optimus Prime. And then up next, we have the Filmation version of the most powerful man in the universe, He-Man. And last but not least, we have Skeletor. Let's get on to the next, y'all. And here I have more Mount Rushmore action coming your way. Also from the Super7 Ultimates line, I have the Lord of the Thundercats, Lion-O. And last but not least, we have the Thorn in the Thundercat side, the evil Mumra, the ever-living. And for comparison, I have more iconic characters coming your way in the form of the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Superman from the Superman the Animated Series. Then up next, we have the Super7 Ultimates Leonardo. And last but not least, we have his nemesis, the evil Shredder. All right, let's get on to the next. And when you talk about iconic heroes, there is no way that I could ever leave out two of my all-time favorites in the form of Batman from Batman the Animated Series. This is the version from the DC Collectibles line. And up next, we have your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man from Marvel Legends. And I got more iconic heroes and villains coming your way with this comparison in the form of the NECA Toys Gargoyles Goliath. Then up next, we have the Ghost Who Walks, the Phantom. And last but not least, we have Ming the Merciless, also from NECA Toys. All right, folks, that's all I have for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed this review. And I gotta tell you, folks, these two figures were so much fun. I've had so much fun with these two here, folks. I tell you, it really just takes me back to the days as a kid when I rushed home from school and I couldn't wait to watch G.I. Joe and the rest of the cartoons that were coming on during that time. And man, aesthetically, these figures shine and they bring so much to the table with that, as well as all of the accessories that they come with, man. Everything just adds up to just you having so much fun with these two here, man. Everything just comes together for me with these two figures here, man. From the jump, I always wanted a classic retro looking Duke figure. And when I started collecting, I was like, that's what I want. And way before Super7 even announced this guy. So now that I have him, it's such a big deal. And it means so much to me as a collector. Same with Cobra Commander, man. Classic nostalgia retro, brings so much with all of his accessories. He has actually the best accessories out of the two, but Duke's my guy, folks. You know, he is the signature, you know, item for my action figure collection. This is it for me, folks. You know, again, I had so much fun with these two. I could go on and on because they represent so much for me in the 80s, the whole, you know, era of the 80s, and those are iconic moments that we all can look back on from back in the day, man. They represent that. So I appreciate what Super7 have done with these. Yes, they do lack in articulation in certain aspects, but yet they give you so much back aesthetically and again with all the accessories. So really happy with these two, folks. I look forward to collecting the rest of the G.I. Joe Ultimates line of figures. You know, I got to get that Snake Eyes. I understand that the Flint, Lady J, Destro, and Baroness, they've recently dropped. I do, folks, have some Silverhawks that have come in. So that's going to be a huge episode for me, folks, or a series of episodes. I've never had Silverhawks, folks, so that's going to be a big deal, folks. So stay tuned for that. But again, thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. But folks, let me know in the comments, what do you think about this G.I. Joe Ultimates line? Have you collected any of the figures from these waves? Have you collected any of the Ultimates figures as a whole from Super7? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to ring that bell for all notifications so that you get each and every one of my content pieces as it drops. And also, like, share, and subscribe. That's right, like, share, and subscribe, folks. But make sure that you're hitting that like button, folks, and that you subscribe to the channel. And if you've done those things, folks, I truly appreciate it. And until next time, folks, be good to one another. Be safe. Stay tuned. And always remember that knowing is half the battle. And until next time, folks, bye for now. Yo, Joe.